Hey there. It's your girl Morticia Sherman going live here on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Instagram. Let me tell you, I always say that. I think they probably changed it. Never mind. It's your girl Morticia Sherman. Yes, we are here live, coming in live effect. I'm telling you right now, we have some people that are coming in. Well, we have a person that's coming in. I'm excited about my special guest tonight. I can give you a backstory, a history, but I'm the first few minutes. Let's talk about the month of February. It is Black History Month. And with it being Black History Month, I need you to go see your doctor. I need you to go and have your physical done. I need you to go and have all the necessary things you need to have done so you can have your best life and be a part of making history every day here on this earth. When people ask me, how am I doing? I'm always saying, I'm happy to be above dirt. I'm happy to be above ground because it lets me know that I still have purpose here while still yet on this earth. If you're tuning in, share, like, um, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you missed any of my segments, if you missed any of the podcast shows, you can find it on YouTube. And when you go on YouTube, I have shorts on there. I have different things on there talking about makeup, looking your best and feeling your best. Talking about your hair, of course. My girl came on, my loctician, saying my first episode was my girl Kim talking about beauty products and what best fits us as Black people, African Americans, the beauty lines that she used and how she takes care of her skin. Then I had another young lady on there talking about art and everything, Amber Skies. I'm with Amber Skies. We talk about art and mental health. Then I had a young lady named Chanel come on there. She's actually doing the painting your trauma on a canvas, which is something your unapologetic therapist Morticia Sherman talks about, people using art and that format to be able to, showcase what you are doing and what you're processing when you're dealing with any type of mental health disorder. It doesn't mean you have to have mental health disorder to be able to do art. Just some of us are very creative and honing into your creative abilities. Then I also had a gentleman on there, Pastor Carlos Daniels. Let me tell you, I love what I've learned so far about ministry and the fact that it's not about a relationship, it's about a relationship. And that's what I love about the conversation that Pastor Daniels and I both had, about the relationship and not a relationship. So after Pastor Daniels, I had a couple other individuals come on there. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna want to go back and review what the videos on our YouTube channel. I tell people, sign up, subscribe to it. You don't have to do your alerts. It's gonna alert you anyway of what's going on. And I see that my special guest has joined in. We go way back, like 4 wheels on a Cadillac. That's how far back we go. And this gentleman right here, I have to bring him in. Come on in, Mr. Corey.
Good evening. Good evening. It's a pleasure.
How are you?
It took me a minute to try to get on this line on this thing, man. We finally got it together here.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm happy to have you here.
It's a pleasure. It's definitely a pleasure. To be here, to be alive and blessed in this great land of liberty and all the good stuff, Yeah.
And to have you on this show is a great honor to me because your history alone from music is a part of Black history because you've been playing way before high school. I met you at high school. We're both alumni from Sam Houston.
Yes.
And I believe you graduated year before me.
Class
or
of
2 years
'88.
before?
Class of '88. No, really, actually '89, because I I think I had a English class I had to repeat.
Okay.
But it seemed, when he was in high school, it seemed like it was forever to get out that motherfucker, man.
Yes. So,
It does seem like it was forever.
who was your English teacher that you had? Because I had the English teacher. She was a twin, and I just knew she was not gonna let me pass and
Mm,
graduate.
I think it was Miss. I think it was Miss Hunt.
Okay.
Or this, yeah, I think it was Miss Hunt. And then I think it was one more other class. Now I made straight A's and B's in band. I had no problem with that. Now I was at TS in JROTC. I was good at that. You know, flying up, the guns and it was fun for a minute. But my interest was music,
Okay.
and I changed electives, and my mom was mad as hell. Boy, she was mad. But I meant, I just, rebelliously, did it. Got into a band. Demetrius Harper, longtime friend. We still in the game. We still play at the same church.
Okay.
And he played drums. He was like the football star.
Yeah.
But we had a band back in those days. We started at Sam Houston, and then we
Yeah.
played, church and all that. Just.
Mhm.
Uh,
So how did you from high school and being in a band? How did you go from that being professionally? What was your journey like?
okay, my journey was like my folks. Okay, they had other plans for me. They wanted me to go into the military. I always had, and my father was a guitarist as well as he was a police officer, and so I pretty much wanted to get in, do music, and so I just pretty much just listened to self-taught. After school, I would go to the library, Houston Public Library, and check out books and books on chords and records and just so much. My dad used to always tell me, you're gonna do music, do it all, get into everything. And so I got a lot into just John Cougar Mellencamp, all different kinds of music, blues, everything. And so I was never the type of person that was involved in partying. I was just always determined to learn music and just practice, through what I do. And so, people will be, first might be, hey man, let's go over here and do this, this. I said, no, let me learn this part and then I'll get back with you guys. So I was just always constantly, just into doing things, catching the, I mean, going to school. If you saw me, you remember me going to school with a box. People, I still get teased about it, carrying the box with a sling on it, and I can't believe to this day I dedicated myself to doing that, you know, but I did it because there was a connection. When you didn't have a friend, that you had a friend.
Right.
You had something that you can express and play along and have that relationship with, and it's very spiritual with me. And so from there, it's just, you know, uh, got out of high school. One of the first sessions I did was with Shortstop Records, Lil Troy, and Scarface was signed with the label at the time, and before he got with Rapalot, and I was just Sam Harris there, and it was just something I was determined, wanting to get through. You know, you just find out what was going on, and you went to this place, went to the studio to just get in. You know, get in. And back, but within that time of the '80s, as we remember, hip hop. A lot of musicians wasn't into hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't think it was cool, you know. But somehow, I took interest in it. I mean, I still was into the jazz, the funk, R&B, P-funk, everything. And, you know, all these artists that I was always into, I end up meeting later and becoming good friends with them and playing with them. And so it was just within that, the journey starts, you're going around and, you know, and then for a minute, I kind of set it, pull back to see what is it that I am, what else is there in me that I'm able to do besides music. And I took it back away from the music. It was a bill collector and worked for Astro World.
So when you say
odd jobs, bus boy.
so when you say you step back from music just for that time to see what was else was within you,
Yeah.
it seems like music was a solitude for you mentally because it allowed you to do things that you felt that was within you more than those side jobs that you did of being a bill collector and everything. Because it seemed like you went right back to it.
Yeah. Well, you know, it brought me right back around because I became from a busboy working at Hard Rock Cafe when it was on Kirby, meeting BB King, and he was signing my autograph. He said, "You play guitar?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Stay with it, son." And those are only two words I remember. When he says, "Stay with it, son." Like
That was encouragement.
And I jumped and I said, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yes, sir, yes, sir." And so I stayed with it. And then from there, it was like I'm finishing up a shift and I'm spilling all these glasses, breaking so many glasses, you know, being a busboy, carrying water to different tables and stuff. I just wasn't good at it. I just wasn't. Working at Exxon Petroleum Club downtown as a busboy, spilled this cold red wine on this old white woman's lap. She had a dress on and she was with her husband. And the band was loud. I mean, you couldn't, but that white woman, that wine got spilled on her lap. I mean, it was an accident. You know? She screamed, "Ah!" And everybody, the whole room got quiet. I never will forget that day. And the maitre d's came around, the Spanish guys. Hey, don't worry about the court. We take care of everything. And so I walked in the kitchen, and everybody in the kitchen started like clapping and laughing at me and shit. I said, what's the problem? Why y'all laughing at me? Oh, we don't like that. She always come in here, always wanted this and that. I said, man, that wasn't cool.
They're going to encourage the behavior. That was not a good encouragement of the behavior of what happened.
My maitre d', he's a Spanish guy. He was cutting my hours down and stuff. And he was like, maybe you need to find a place, you know, giving me hints, you know, like, maybe you need to find a place to work at. And I was like feeling down and stuff, you know.
But you know, to hear that journey, a lot of us end up doing that too. We stay in a place that we know that we can grow the most. And because we don't see it moving as fast as we want it to move or how we see it to be moving, we'll go and try something else. Like I remember for me, I've always wanted to be a therapist since the age of 14.
Yeah.
But I called myself going into corporate America. And it was not for me. I grew really fast because I got bored because I was doing stuff so fast and I was learning really fast. Till I got like, you know, I was a part of the downsizing. They called me first.
Right. It's like, you know, you could beat a dead horse, but you can't get it, you know, get him up. It's like, look, you about to get fired. And everybody, you know, on the floor knew I was a guitar player. And then this brother, it's just so amazing how the words of people, this brother that was like one of the chefs. I said, man, I'm about to get fired, man. What am I gonna do? He said, man, you gonna make your money playing that guitar, man. You stay focused, young brother. Young blood, they call me young blood. You stay focused. You gonna make money playing guitar. And I kind of looked at him like, okay, nonchalant attitude, like, whatever. So other people believed in my dream more than, and most people would believe in your dream or your vision more than you would. And some people could see it. Not many people you could share with them. But from there on, I just let's see. I went to TSU, so it was at TSU maybe about a year and a half, and I took a leave of absence, went on the road with Force MDs on a reunion tour, and TC was alive during the time, and we just did like some chitlin circuit things, and it was like, oh God. So stay, focused on everything, the dream, and then I was one of the first hip hop singles I got to do was with Redman. Let's see, MATHOD, man, doom, 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 doom. So I had my bass. I played bass and guitar. When I did sessions. So people would call me and do sessions, and it was Wu-Tang Clan, but Redman and Method Man, MATHOD, man, Method Man. It was a Method Man project. Me and Crazy C called me, and he was with Big Mello, Bonehard Brothers, Rapalot, and he brought me in, and he liked my attitude and positive, and so we started working together doing production as a production team and writing at Ultimate Sound Studios in Harlem Clark. I'm from Trinity Gardens, as you know, but the rap hip hop scene was spreading out within. You had Rapalot, you had Jam Down Records, you had Trinity Garden Cartel, you had all these different labels.
Was Swisha House
Swisha House, yes, Swisha House, Michael Watts, Northside, and all other little labels that was coming up, when I did a session for one of the first was Blind Rob. I don't know if you remember Blind Rob. He was at in Sam Houston. He was a drummer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So he was with Odd Squad. He was signed with Rap a Lot. And after school, I would go to Blind Rob house. Devin Tha Dude would be there, and they would get the floor, and we just creating music. And drinking a 40, smoking a fat ass dime. You just. You know what I'm saying? Just and they got the flowing. Yeah, he got the flowing, and them dudes got the flowing, and then he mentioned my Corey Funkafangez on the bass together, and so he inducted me that name, and so I just went along with it, and then when they got their deal, it was at producer Beatles' house, and Lil James were there, and a group of other guys, and it was like, who's that on that guitar? Oh, that's Funkafangez. That's Funkafangez over there. So, and I'm looking, I'm like, who are you talking to? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's me. Yeah, and so everyone started calling me for sessions, and Vito, Rap a Lot, and word just got out there, I was the wah-wah guy. Chicka-wah, chicka-wah. So when the gangster funk, was happening, I was the dude doing the wah-wah, and I had my bass as well. The guitar and the bass. And I just was doing sessions like about four to 7 days a week. I was working. I was doing a lot. So, getting my name out there.
And see, that's encouraging. When you say getting your name out there and working 3 to 4 days a week, a lot of people, when it comes to getting their name out there and wanting to build their brand, sometimes if they don't see the outcome of what they're expecting,
not for free,
they end up
free. Not for free.
No,
But it
not for
wasn't
free at all.
No.
Not for free at all. Because even with that, and you're building your brand and you're getting your name out there, it can tend to draw on you mentally and emotionally, but you got to push forward. And I commend you on pushing forward. When you said Blind Rob, I remember going to Blind Rob's house in Third Ward by
Robert
TSU.
McQueen.
Yeah, Rob McQueen. I remember him and I were really good friends. And when I stayed on the southwest side of Houston, and he found out where I was, and he was like, "Let me take you out to dinner." And I remember we went to what Carrabba's.
Yeah. Ooh.
And he was like, "Get whatever you want." And I was like, "What is it that you want?" He was like, "Just get whatever you want, because man, it's just so good to be around people that you know that you went to school with." Because I remember the day of graduation when we graduated from Sam, and we were so cool and connected. And he was like, "Man, Morticia, it's so good to even know that you're still around," because a lot of people really was not around to talk to a lot of classmates back then.
Yeah.
Everybody was in their own zone.
Mm-hmm.
But having his studio was how I end up knowing about who was that would always Youngster. Young. I met Young. I met a lot of guys on the southwest side that was doing music, bypassing Devin Tha Dude, all the bypassing Flip. And it was so weird that now that I see them, I'm like, ooh, I remember them back in the days.
Yeah. All those guys. There was some we jammed in the band rooms, and my buddy also geez, I'm trying to think of his name, but it'll come back to me. Stephen Woodrow was an influence. He was a trombone player, white guy, and we used to gig around. We played around, and me, him, and Demetrius Harper, and then we was in TSU. We had this little band called The Groove. So we played around, did things, little gigs here and there, side gigs. But all those guys from Lil Keke to producers, Joe. You just name all the well-known name rappers I done recorded on their album. Southside was one of them.
Yeah.
It was Southside. I played bass and guitar. Buddy of mine, Carl Johnson, played another second guitar part on there. That was with Jam Down Records. My friend Patrick, who was over the label. I can't remember Patrick's last name, but you just, from Cash Money Records to you name it.
I see your bio.
Some labels was getting off the ground, and some didn't make it. Did sessions with them, made money, Some made it, some did. One of my recorded on so many albums within the South with Crazy House Production, as well as myself independently working as contractor with other producers, John Catalan Swift, Grizz Edwards, just a few names that I could remember, because every studio in Houston, I was there, and a lot of my time, a lot of the studio time and everything, consumed my life. And I was always serious about it. I didn't have had a love life, but they didn't really stay consistent to believing in what I was doing at the time, because I was young. I was moving around, traveling to New Orleans, working with Cash Money Records, Juvenile, the Hot Boys' first album, to Chopper City, to Big Time's Volume 1, Volume 2 album, to Juvenile 400 Degrees album. Lil Wayne's, that was a 300 Degrees album, went quadruple platinum. And Lil Wayne's album, first album, The Block Is Hot, I worked with them. And they were young. Those guys were young. Lil Wayne was super young. He would come in, have his pen and paper ready, and he put in the work. Him and B, honestly, I worked with Destiny's Child, did sessions with Destiny's Child on the South Side, Anderson Road, Digital Services, recording studio. John, I can't remember John's last name. It's just my whole life, just everything. Have you seen Back Here? That's Beyonce's double album.
I see that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, as an African American male musician, and your journey and what you've done for history and those who met, throughout your time of being a musician, how are you taking care of yourself? When it came to mental and making sure that you stayed on top of who you were and not succumb to being some person who's not in the industry. Because right now we're hearing so many people. Their whole identity is not what it was in the beginning. They started out one way, and then being a part of that community, being a part of that culture, end up doing something totally different. How are you able to stay on track of being Corey Funkafangez?
For one, get an understanding that this is a business. Knowing, your health and your wellness is important. Having health insurance, making sure you were right, but you can't do nothing if you ain't right. Knowing who you are and conducting business and staying, on the business side, then staying on the chummy friendship side. There's people that want to take advantage of your gift and just, oh, I got this and I got that, feeding you a bunch of pipe dreams and shit. And that's not going to pay no bills. Fuck that, But at the same time, you have something to offer. At the same time, the other person that's doing that you're doing the business with, they deliver what they're supposed to do, and you're going to do what you're supposed to do. And just being true to what you do, being true to your craft, being true to what you love to do, and not let anyone tell you what you're not, that you can't do, what you can. I was always rebellious and it made me angry when people would say, oh, you can't do that. Oh, yes, I am. I said one time I'm going to be on the Grammys. And I would hear people say things back, kind of on the cool. And the next thing you know, a couple of years later, hey, I'm on the Grammys. I'm nominated. Guess who I'm sitting next to? What was her name? Joni Mitchell. I'm sitting next to Joni Mitchell. Look, motherfucker.
Can't tell me what I can't do.
People I grew up with.
Yeah.
They would laugh at me and make jokes with me. People at Sam Houston used to make jokes and laugh at me.
Hey, but you know what? I found out that even with that,
I never paid attention to what people say.
No.
Because when I had my head, it was focused. It's about being focused.
Exactly.
Having that vision. If you don't have a vision, you don't have a direction.
And I talked about that. I've been talking about that since the beginning of the year, mapping your vision out, that way you can see it clear. And that's exactly what you did. It's like, I'm going to learn this guitar. And you've had people encourage you by saying, hey, stick to it. Don't be a bartender. Don't be a waiter, dropping drinks on people's lap. I need you to get back to doing that guitar. And it worked for you. It brought you to some great people. And I was looking at your bio, how you began listening to albums with your dad. One of my favorite, well, a couple of my favorites on here, you had George Benson and Jimi Hendrix and Carlos Santana. If you ask people nowadays, do they even know these people? A lot of people don't even know who those people are. They just get around.
Not in
they
this generation. Not in this generation.
No.
Unless they're around musical parents and musical uncles and nephews and things, everything in life is a stepping stone. I'm thankful for the 80s because, when we back in those days, when we had MTV and you was at home, your mom tell you, don't leave out that yard, don't leave out the house, stay at home till after I get home, but you had something to do. After you clean up, you watch videos, right?
Exactly.
And
MTV,
I would go,
VH1.
Yeah, and it's gone, all gone. It's like somebody don't want us to learn about music or not have be involved in the music. Everything is different, and it makes me wonder sometimes, well, where do I fit in? Well, I just have to just keep educating people and sharing things with people and sharing the knowledge with folk. I travel, back up all A-list artists, from Gloria Gaynor to Scarface.
You tell me about.
Work with LL Cool J. Work with a whole line of people, and people are nice. People don't have to be nice, but they're nice. How you come across, how your character, how your attitude come across. What are your solutions to situation that they can't figure out, that the artist can't figure out, and you could just come in and just be a blessing to them to say, hey, try this here, this, analyze a situation that can be fixed. And that's how you build relationships. I call, check in with people, and not just check in for work. You check in, call them, ask me, how you make a sandwich? What you put on your sandwich? What kind of ingredients you put on meatloaf? What do you think? You took, that's how you do it. Because everybody always come with their hand out, Okay.
Don't they?
Don't solicit yourself in this business.
What I really enjoy about every time that we talk and have a conversation is your humbleness. When you say, hey, I'm working with this person, I'm working with that, there's no form of arrogance. You can tell that you stay focused. And when you meet a person and you take care of yourself, because we had a conversation last year about, your health. And you was like, I'm working on some stuff to make sure I'm healthy before I go on this cruise, if I go on this Tom Joyner cruise and things that you were telling me about. And I was like, I've never heard of those things before, but I can tell just talking to you, you stay focused and you make sure your health is your wealth. If you're healthy, then it's going to bring
money.
Yeah.
You ain't going to make no money being unhealthy.
Right.
So your health is your wealth. The abilities of what you can do while you alive and how you take care of yourself will determine your attitude is your altitude.
Exactly.
And that's how late Apostle Wilcox is from Church Bible Days Church. That's how he used to always teach me. He's in glory now. But I love life. I love music. I love sharing. I love giving it. and receiving the blessings of what I give.
Yeah.
When you go to out, when you go further out than what you are, then you should go.
Mm-hmm.
You get rewarded. You get rewarded with blessings.
So when we talk, when we talked about your travels and your when you go out and you travel with the people that you play for, like you say, you do backup. I know that you played. When is that? The dance with Scarface. You've done other things. How do you prepare yourself mentally for these events that you're going to deal
That's a good question. Mentally, understand the purpose of what you're doing. Understand the purpose of the purpose of what you in this for. You already know you in good hands with good people, but it's more of how long that you'll be on the road and people you got to deal with. You on a whole different match. From tour bus, sound check in, hotel, showtime, after showtime, relax, calm down, bring the adrenaline down, chill, go to bed, do the same thing next morning, the next day, for like 3 months, 4 months, or what have you, whoever they may be. The attitudes of people that you deal with, everybody ain't the same, but you're working together to make things happen. You're there business at the same time. You're there because you love to doing what you do, and you have to enjoy. You have to enjoy what you do. You have to enjoy. It has to be some enjoyment. And you're doing music and playing together with great people that have, and especially the ones that have a name. People that can, that you come up with and that you've been knowing for a while. You know how that person is, and you know how to conduct yourself around.
Right.
You representing that artist. You can go around smoking weed in front of people and drinking and doing outlandish shit. There's there's a time there's a time for to be regular, and the time for you to be professional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a time.
I say that unapologetically.
Right. There's a time for that, and you got to use it in different moments, of what you there to do when you there to do. Keep your shit clean, kick ass, and that's it.
So
Don't let anybody have anything to say anything about you. I don't like anyone to have anything to say about me. I just want to come in and do a good job.
Right.
Kick ass. Right. And rock out.
So is there anybody that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Well, Prince is dead. If he was alive, it would happen. It would have. I'm sure it would have definitely happened. BB King is gone.
But you met him already.
Whitney Houston, I came close to working with.
Okay.
I was flown in. I was in Houston. My friend Paul Jackson Jr. Had notified me about an audition, and I had about 4 hours to get to the airport. And I had a buddy pass, and I jumped on the plane. Got down there in L.A. My sister was living in L.A. at the time, and I got there that night. The audition was that morning. And I get there, and it was Jubu Gmo. Jubu, played with Maze. And so we were the first 3 guitar players to get, the first call. And we, so they already had the drummer, they already had the keyboard player. There's a bass player and a sax player and the guitar players that was there, the first 3. Mm-hmm. So we went through everything. I'm Your Baby Tonight, I Want to Dance with Somebody. It was all charts, like, music charts, sheets, that kind of shit. Yeah. So we going through, but it wasn't a charted gig because it was at the time when all the other band members were leaving because the pay scale went down. Bobby Brown was in the picture and everything kind of went up in smoke. The money went up in smoke and then it brought it back down. So at that time, but we went through the music, but Juba was already selected. He was already selected. He was in between Tony and stuff. So he was selected, but Paul was like, my buddy was like, hey, Luke, I wanted you to get to know these folks being, brought me in the circle, to know who's who and who's who. And so I got a lot of props with from the other musicians and things, and we just, stayed in connection. Became good friends, And so it was nothing bad or anything. I didn't feel no sadness or anything. I thought it was a great fellowship, And then so after we got through, then all of a sudden,
I got somebody who posted on here. She said she was one of the first people you sang with in Houston.
Who?
A young lady. She said she was one of the first people you sang with live in Houston at Avant Garden with Houston in the house.
Oh. Well, that was a long time ago, whenever that was.
I know.
Who is she? Who is that? Who's it?
Shonda, I think her name is Shaylin. I call her lady. Yes, that's what I call her. She actually, let me tell you, you did a beat for me. She wrote a song. For Unapologetic.
All right.
But she said you were the first one she sung with live in Houston.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's long. Shonda, what year was that?
Lady Servant, what was the year that was? I'm gonna show you her name. It's her. Shalandra Peavy.
I remember Shalandra Peavy. Oh, wait.
I know. I heard her sing.
I have to see a picture.
Yeah, I heard her sing, and she asked me to sing for her. And she told me, I asked her, I was like, look, I want to create a theme song because you had already gave me the instrumental. And I was like, I want to create a theme song so when I walk out as the unapologetic purpose, the song is playing in the background. And she came up with the song, and I was like, okay, I got to sit down and do this. That's a lot. I haven't sung since church. Man, in the ministry, besides singing happy birthday to people.
Okay.
She tested me.
That's cool. Like I say, I'm so many different artists or people I've worked with, But
So what do you have coming up soon?
Ooh, okay, we just did a tour. We did Tiny Desk last year with Scarface. If you haven't seen Tiny Desk, check it out. Tiny Desk is in DC in a small little cubicle area, and the full band is right there. Everyone's performing. So it's Scarface Tiny Desk concert series. Rolling Stone had rated us as one of the best Tiny Desk ever, and which was glory blessing. Names all in and the liner notes, and I'm like, wow, you know. So it from there it got out there real heavy between us and Cat Williams on the YouTube, and so we went on tour. It was successful. It was really good. Sold out shows, and we did that for a minute, and so we came home. Face did his procedure. I just had a procedure about 2 weeks before Tiny Desk, and everything turned out successful. And from there, right now, New Year, we gearing up for the rodeo. We do the rodeo pretty much every year. With Bun B, the takeover, and we got preparing for his birthday on Black Heritage Night. So we got a full band, pretty much full, bringing the funk, and he has a variety of different artists that is going to be there.
Okay.
And yeah, it's all that. It's big this year. This year's going to be really, really, really big.
Yeah, I heard it is. And like you told me when we talked, you said it ain't sold out already.
Yeah, March 7th. Yeah, they sold out quick, probably within 9 hours. And from there, I got the Moon Splash and Anguilla coming up. Moon Splash Festival, Reggae Festival that I do every year. And then I come back and we got some tours coming up with DJ Quick and a few other people. Never know.
Yeah.
It's not don't have the full lineup yet. But that's the word. So,
well, that's what you told me when we talked. But I love the growth, and I love the fact that people trust the musician that you are because you stay grounded, you stay humble, and the fact that you take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. And when I titled this show, A Love Affair. It's just the love of music that you have and how you've been a part of Black history. You've met so many great artists, you've played for so many great people that society would otherwise deem as rude or disrespectful, but you're giving us a different side of what a musician is because y'all have so much to do to entertain the people.
Yeah.
So you have to be mentally, physically, and emotionally balanced when you're performing and making sure your mental health is fine and different things like that. So I deem this an honor to be able to sit here and talk to you tonight about being a part of history, being a Black male who plays music, which a lot of kids are no longer doing anymore, and you have to be able to get them back to the rhythm of things is what I call it.
Yeah.
The rhythm of life.
Music it's an outlet. What we do in life is an outlet. If you good at what you do, make the best out of it. With the style, just within my love and passion of music and the influence, I'm able to work with any diverse of culture because I learned it all. I go into it all, and when you do something, you want to be able to serve the people. Period. Just all across the board. Non-political bullshit. Don't talk. It ain't got to be about politics. It ain't got to be about it's the spirit. It's the spirit. If you see something that's sweet, something nice, a vision, just seeing someone that's going through something. If it don't touch you spiritually and give you that empathy, something wrong with you. That's how deep music is. That's how deep anything that we do, but that's how it should be. I pray and operate on discernment of things, to get me through. And you got to do that, in order to stay connected to the source, because you deal with all kinds of different energies.
Man. Even with being a therapist, that is so true. Because I have to free myself up before I go inside of a session, then pray with my clients, those who are connected. And then afterwards, I have to pray myself through it. Because
Yeah.
again, when you're dealing with so many different personalities, so many different individuals, you have to be ready for warfare. And I stated that before you came on. I was like, I'm grateful that I have a relationship with God where I can talk to Him and not a religionship. I'm not living life religiously, and I'm living life in realistic terms of I have to have discernment when I'm dealing with individuals.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing that you come out at Sam Houston. You know, a couple of us and a couple other people, you know, that I still stay in touch with that went to Sam Houston. And I think we got an anniversary or something coming up, alumni coming up.
April, April.
Yeah. And it's good that you come out and you doing your thing, you know, coming out at the time that we in school, we didn't have a vision. Well, we had a somewhat of a vision. People had a vision, but it's like, you know, you can't really see it until you go through your channels of life. You know, am I good at this? Okay, this ain't working out. Let me try something else. You know, I walked away from being, playing, little small gigs and stuff. I said, let me go on and buckle down, be a busboy, and that didn't work out. And so let me go and be a concert security usher. I got on that, and I'm around all these concerts. And then let me go and apply to be a stagehand, stage tech. I'm here, we're setting up, unloading semi-trucks around here, Van Halen, Guns N' Roses, all these groups and stuff you're around, and you're seeing it's like God just took you through a channel to see how, okay, this is what it is, Corey. This is the music business. He's took me around, saw how all the money is calculated, how all of the, everything around you, how everything is set up from the time that people get on stage, come on stage, sound check, everything. So he took me back through it, and I went back, started playing in different bands, started doing a lot of sessions. And so it's like he brought me back.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Mm-hmm.
This is your calling. He said, this is your calling.
And you're great at it.
He brought me in. So I did what I did what I had to do. And
but it's so good how he took you through that because you wanted to do something different from what he said. Yeah. He had already planned for you to be a musician.
Mm-hmm.
But you wanted to be a busboy, wait tables, and waste wine and different things on people. But your love for the music, he brought that, and the thing that is you bring is so different because most musicians, if they're not sound, if they're not focused, then they end up being teeter-tottered or thrown into the abyss of what we call of how what happened with Satan being tossed from heaven because he wanted to be the major musician. But you were able to tap into your gift, your craft, and now you're sharing that with younger individuals, right? Teaching them how to play the bass guitar. Because I told you I love the acoustic guitar. Acoustic is me. But then when I heard you play both, I was like, yeah, I just love that instrument by itself.
Yeah. Yeah,
so you're mentoring younger kids for music. How is that?
Yeah, I teach guitar. I give private guitar lessons, and I expect that child to learn. If I'm gonna teach you, we're gonna learn something. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna just keep taking your parents' money. I can, but I want you to. If you're gonna do this, I want you to really do it. Live it, sleep it, eat it, do your homework, and then get involved, because if you're serious about it, I'm gonna take time and develop you. And that's what I do with my students, white, black, male or female, from the ages between 13 on up, and I share things with them. Music education is so important, niggas, excuse my French, they just don't know where anything come from these days. Hip hop came from jazz, Cap Calloway, country came from Memphis Minnie, Blind Melon, Jefferson, Robert Johnson. We was beaten and taken instruments taken away from us because we couldn't play music. But we had a banjo, we had a harmonica. We started this shit.
I wonder who developed it, who made it. And I was talking about that the other day. Know your history. Who created the banjo? Who created these instruments? Who created a lot of this stuff that's going on in history nowadays? If you know your history and you know the facts, you'll know where it came from.
The only thing they created was Plymouth Rock. That's it. Where you land, you land on a damn rock, and the rock was already there, already rocking. So it's the truth that people are dancing around, and I'm there to bust their cherry when they need to be.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power. Belly tastes good to a belly full of lie.
Say that again.
Okay, let me rephrase that. The truth tastes good to a belly full of lies.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I come in very unapologetic. I had to rethink some things that I was doing, and I was like, you know what? That's my statement. And I was also told, that's my statement. Being unapologetic from my circle, and my circle is so phenomenal. When they're there for me. There's nothing like having a circle of people that's unapologetic with.
Yeah. You owe nobody nothing. You do what you do. You do it well. And just, that's it. You don't have to always look for approval to others. You know what you're doing is right. You know what you want to do. You have a strong mind about it. You do it. You get into it. All these albums over the years. I mean, there's things that I'm still. What I didn't know, I learned as I went, and what I don't know, I research. And it's just I'm still gathering things, from past royalties to other things that belongs to me from the work that I've done. And it's just knowing what you're doing, what you get into, getting fully into it, learn about what you're getting into. Yep.
So after this interview, what do you want the audience to take away from this session of, it being a love affair and your love for music and Black history and the history of where you come from doing music?
Let's see. The love for people. The love, you love doing what you're doing. People that love you, that support you, love on them. Love the folks around you. Love your wife or your significant other. People have to just be supportive to what you do, what you love to do. I love doing what I'm doing. It's my only love and my only calling that I can name, that I can call hey, this is my woman, my music. But of course, there's other things that's needed besides just having music. But when it comes to a love affair, but the passion and where you want to go in life. Hope I'm explaining this right. Um, it's like life is it's just different. Just be around people that love you. And people that respect you, and you reciprocate back to them.
That's good advice. That's really good advice.
Love yourself. Can't nobody love you like you. Know who you are. Don't over deplete your everything that you have in you for somebody that don't give a damn about you. Don't fall for the okie doke.
So I don't know if you're going to be in town when this is happening, but I think I told you about it. I'm gonna share with the audience that we're having for the love of basketball and mental fundraiser, March 29th and 30th at the gym in Atascocita. We are still asking for those to sign up for teams. If you want to share it with your people, with your celebrities, if they want to come and go down, let you know the ticket plate. I'll share the flyer with you once we get offline. But it's really for the community, to build a community up on mental health and how mental health is very valuable and is very important for us, especially when we're in these type of work environments. May it be music, may it be art, may it be mental health, doctors, lawyers, nurses. We all need to talk. And mental health is very important. So with that, I'll share the flyer with you. And we can go from there. I know I'll see you in April, more than likely at the alumni event if you're in town.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hopefully, if I'm in town.
If you're in town, exactly. I know you're a busy person. Every time I talk to you, I'm on my way out of town. I'm on my way to do this.
Yeah, it's amazing, as you mentioned about the mental illness, and it's all around us. It's all around us. I mean, I'm starting to see older people on the street. It's like your auntie, your grandma, on the street, hungry. And it bothers me. In the black neighborhood, we have mental illness issues. People that's been, in prison, in jail, or some people that's been given prescription drugs that might have taken them, there. People that, these companies, and this one company calls me all the time, wanting to, pay me to do research on some drugs. I'm like, are you lost your fucking mind? You want to pay me $2,000 to take some drugs, and that I may not even be able to spend the money because I'm too plugged up. I'm like, what you trying to do? I said, look, y'all don't call me no more in life. People fall for that shit, They think they want money, and they take these medications, and that's a whole nother story. It is. Because we have these problems in our neighborhood, and it's really bad. And I feel some kind of way. And if you human, you have that same feeling when you at a stoplight in the rich part of the section or wherever, and you see a black person that's sitting there asking for some money that can use it, and a white person in a Bentley behind you, just don't even roll the window down. But then it's like, well, what about me? Let me no, roll the window down and give them a little something. But then again, I don't give unless and I have a discernment to know this person needs help.
Exactly.
And I ask questions. And then I will look at them and I'm like, okay, you're moving around. Your tennis shoes not that bad. Your arms are good. You're able to move around mobily. You're mobile. You could go find a job. This one dude, I'm share this with you. I'm gonna leave it. This one dude I pulled up to Southmore and 288, and this dude I said, what you doing out here, brother? You know, oh man, I'm just out man trying to make it, man, trying to get my thing together. And you know, he looked like you use some help. And this is a problem. Some people you think that can use some help don't be needing no help. I pulled out and I gave him $2. And he looked at me as I gave him $2. He gonna tell me, "Man, you look tired." I said, "Yeah, I'm tired of your ass hanging on the corner here asking me for money, and then getting your shit together. Get the fuck away from me." Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. Man, get out of here. Get out of here if I shoot you.
You know, and to say something about that, I've encountered where I've been around homeless people and they say that's what they want. They're not trying to change their lifestyle. They enjoy the fact that they don't have a commitment to rent and paying bills and all this other stuff. But even when being in the mental health industry, I have to see the picture for what it is. And what I've come across is you have those who, like you said, those who want help and those who don't want the help. The ones that don't want the help see it as easy life compared to the ones who do want the help. Because if you're homeless and you're having at that point where you know that you can get a job, but you choose not to get a job, and compared to somebody who wants a job but can't hold the job because of their mental issue.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Or can't get along with their loved ones, can't be at home. And you got so many different kinds, so many different kind of issues. It could be a person that was person that comes out of high school, goes straight into combat war. You know, Desert Storm, like back in the day, as we remember. You know, it was the friends of ours that come out of Sam Houston and just gung-ho, excited about going into the military. You know. They come out right. Some came out right. Some went into the HPD. And then, but you got some people on that battlefield. All they know is combat. All they know is within the next 4 years, they living outside, outdoors. And all the thing they know how to do when they come back home is live outdoors. Pitch a tent, build a tent underneath the bridge. No one pays attention to that.
No.
Nobody pays attention to understand what these veterans go through.
No. Not at all.
And these are, some you can't save. Some people you can save, some people you can't save.
But the scripture says that you're gonna always have the poor among you. You're gonna always have those who are poor-minded, poor in their attitude, poor in their mental, poor in every area, but they have to want to change. And I say this with my clients all the time. We want to fix stuff. Fixing is just temporary. I need you to change the behavior.
Yeah.
When you change it, you can grow from it.
Yeah. Very much so. But music is the most healingest thing ever.
Yes.
From heaven. And I'm a jazz artist in my own right, have a CD entitled Can't Wait that's out there in Apple Music. And a collaboration I did with Stephen Richard, a couple of local jazz artists here in Houston. And just a lot of different, just music is healing. When I'm doing my thing, I just give it, You see the change in people's attitude and the people's mindset. Sue's the savage beast, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know they did that in the Bible. They used music to prepare for war, and they used music to prepare for a lot of different things. Okay, we lost Corey. Hopefully he'll come back. So tonight our special guest was none other than Funkafangez, Corey Stoot. Corey and I, of course, if you know, we graduated from Sam Houston together. We talk a lot about music and mental health and different things and how he's just changing um, the youth and getting them back to understanding what music is and how music is soothing. Music can help you throughout the day. I've even had clients ask me what type of music do I enjoy and the type of music that I listen to soothe my days. And I'm very genre open. So find the music that helps you throughout your day. You know, this Black History Month, let's take a history tip on the black side. If you heard Corey's story, I look forward to seeing you guys again. Here he is. He's back connected. Let's see what's going on.
Back. I don't know what the hell happened.
You moved.
No. Okay. Now where do we leave off at?
So as we close out tonight, tell people how we can find you. Um, as a musician, like I said, I know you travel a lot. When we talk about different places that you go to, um, and then the fact that you do Tiny Desk and you back up different people in the industry.
Yeah, locally I'm here. I do a house thing over at 3710 on 3710 Emancipation on the corner of Alabama and Third Ward, Alabama and Emancipation. R&B band I play with. We have fun playing old school funk and stuff and things. And we go on at 9 o'clock on Fridays. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm
That's
there
when you're in town.
this Friday.
But is that only when you're in town?
Actually every Friday.
Okay.
On Fridays, and until further notice.
I tell you the truth. You are not.
Is my cornrows?
I see your cornrows.
It look like I'm bald.
Okay. This is you all the time when we talk. I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't with you.
Just special shout out to all the TSU Tigers and the ones that didn't think I would make it. Booyah!
Is that what you doing? To the TSU Tigers and the ones that thought that you weren't gonna make it. Booyah!
I mean, no, I'm not being arrogant like that.
Okay.
No, but just straight up shout to let's see, Chad Laverne. He was a drummer in the stage band. Let's see, my man. Let's see, Demetrius Harper, Patrick Rodriguez. He's out doing this thing. He's a great producer. He was in the stage band. He graduated 2 years before me. Let's see, and oh geez, so many people. I'm trying to remember. Let me see what I can pull up here.
So we got a class here that you said TSU.
Everybody at TSU.
I'm like, huh? What happened?
No,
Sam
Houston. I'm talking about Sam Houston Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the high school. I loved Sam Houston. I think Sam Houston was one of the best schools ever. As far as the diversity.
Well, we were very diverse.
We was very diverse.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find those schools like that today. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
Because
And because
a lot of the
a lot of the
diversity help us
diversity
to
help us to
grow
grow
and mature
and
the
mature
time
the
that we
time that
there.
we
Because
there. Because
I remember,
remember,
I don't know if
I
you
don't know if
remember
you
that
remember
if
that
you was
if you
in
was
Mr.
in Mr.
Carroll's
Carroll's
classroom,
classroom,
What?
the art.
the art.
So
This
I think
in
that
the
was the
same
time we
building.
was in that classroom and I did something and Mr. Carroll was like, I can't
Like, I
believe you
can't believe you
mimicking me.
mimicking me.
And y'all were
And y'all
making
were making
fun.
fun.
You know,
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, we was a
yeah, we
cut up.
was a cut up.
We had a lot of fun. But Mr. Rest his soul. Um, Mr. Vaughn. He came to a couple of my shows when I was doing the Motown
Oh,
orchestra
Mr.
thing.
Vaughn, yeah, you told
Yeah,
me
you
about
told me
that.
about
And him and his friend, um, he was just excited. He was just so happy because I'm gonna tell you, Miss Williams, a history teacher. Okay, no, was she? Yeah, Miss Williams. No, wasn't his. She Miss Williams. Let me see. Which one was Miss Williams? I can't remember. Yeah, Miss Williams was a history teacher, and there was another black woman. And I had a class with Mr. Vaughn, and Mr. Vaughn would, he would talk and oh, and also shout out to Terrence Vaughn too, my boy.
Yeah,
Acting. Yeah, that's another story. Yeah. So Mr. Vaughn, Mr. Vaughn, if y'all don't know Mr. Vaughn, is a white guy, tall white guy, and he managed like black groups, bands, and he would be at the teachers lounge, and he would hear things. He would hear teachers talk about me, and he heard Miss Williams. Miss Williams didn't really, she saw me with my new wave haircut and how I was looking and stuff, and she, black woman, she didn't really care much for it, so she always, always stayed on my ass, and then so she heard Mr. Vaughn heard them talking about me in the teachers lounge one time. And he came to me and told me. He said, "Yeah, they was just saying this and that. You nothing." I said, "Nah, Corey's a very gifted young man, and he's gonna do some things and yada 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 yada." So he pretty much was in my defense and the kind of person I was, and because me and him would talk all the time, and then I had this class, you know, but yeah, he got them straightened out. But Miss Williams she still flunked me though.
she still flunked you, even though they did all that talking, nigga. She still flunked you.
And was that English teacher name? He was a funny dude, fruitcake type guy. He had a tope. He had glasses on.
I'm trying to
I'm
remember
trying to
who that
remember who
was.
that was.
Damn.
Because my
Because
English
my
teacher
English
was Miss
teacher was
Lee.
Miss
I
Lee.
thought she was
I thought
going
she was
to
I
going
had
to
just
Miss
not let
Lee.
me
not
paint.
let me pay.
I had Miss Lee as my teacher too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Miss Lee
Mr.
was a
And Mr.
Parker
sweetheart.
for
Parker for
geometry. Oh,
geometry.
man.
Oh
I thought
man,
that
I
man
thought
was,
that man
I
was.
was,
I was.
mm,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
Sam
Wow.
Houston
Sam
was
Houston
good.
was
We got some
good. We
good
got some good
alumni on
alumni
here from
on here
Sam, and
from
I look
Yeah.
Sam. And I look
forward to
forward to
you being in
you being in
town
town
and
and
whatnot because
whatnot because
we have
we
some
have
close
some close
friendship
friendship
Yeah.
with people
with
from
people
Sam.
from
Ken
It's
Sam.
good
It's
to
McCallie.
good
know.
to know.
Ken McCallie.
Hmm.
Ken McCallie, another cool brother who I went to uh, elementary school with, and we went from elementary school to middle school, and then Sam Houston. Mark Handy. I want to give a shout out to him and condolence to his mother. I was just with Mark Handy. If you remember Mark Handy, everybody knows
Hmm.
Mark Handy. Yeah, he lost his mom. I was there at the service. I popped up to the service. He was shocked as hell. He didn't believe it. Didn't expect that I would show up. But I remember because me and Mark was in third grade at Berry Elementary, and we was real good friends. We was cool. I took his GI Joe doll for the weekend one day. Yeah, stole it one for a minute, but I got it back to him.
I'm
But
glad you did.
and that was in third grade. We was young kids, of course.
I'm glad you
And I
did.
always
I'm glad you
remind
got
him
his energy out your
I
all
remind
that.
him about that. We bust out laughing, and but it was a great homegoing service for his mother Gertie, and I just wanted to acknowledge that, and I remember she saw us coming to some of the teachers' fell set, as they call it back in the day.
Okay.
And but yeah, it was cool. It's a blessing when you make an attempt to visit somebody, and they're grieving in the time of their grieving a situation, just to show up,
Yeah.
and be supportive, of the family, and
Right.
and that's what I did, and I felt good about it, but that's my
Just
boy.
your just being humble and your humility is great. Like I said, a lot of people in the industry, we get to see the bad side of them and not, the
Not the good
wholesomeness
side.
of them caring about people.
They don't want you to see the good. See, entertainers, they don't want you to see the good side, because you out there, you making more money than they making. They want to be where you at. They don't want nothing good for you to get out there. I've been to Hollywood parties. I've been to parties in LA. And I left early.
Don't you start it.
So
Don't you start that.
when you see all kinds of clowns walking in dressed a certain way and shit, and you like, oh, it's time to go.
Don't you start that. I already know where you're going. Don't you start that. We're not doing that tonight.
Puffy, I never met him. I never met Puffy, and I don't have nothing against the brother. He brought us some great music. He created a culture of music, great music, and how he did it, discipline, whatever. I don't know about all that other stuff, but if you ain't got nothing on the brother, if you ain't got no case on him, you might as well let him go. You might as well let him go. And the girl is dead. She can't speak for herself. Kim, she's gone.
Kim Porter.
Yeah, she can't speak for herself. So in the meantime, it's like, but his beef with the company, and that's a whole different thing, But sometimes, people have to be reminded that you're still black.
Yeah. That's why I said last week, I love being a black female. And I love my color. I love my melanin.
Like
So,
my boy, the rapper, that rapped on the Super Bowl.
oh, Kendrick Lamar?
Sit down,
Very educated brother. Very educated.
Be humble.
Yeah. In his word.
Be humble. Be humble.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Yeah. So Corey, I really enjoyed tonight.
Somebody giving you $500,000, over $1 million, or close to $1 million. Sit down. Be humble.
Sit.
Shit, other people can use that money. Anyway, I got my new line of whiskey, by the way.
Yes, you do. You do. I see that in my bottle.
And we done went through, got some whole fresh recipe. We went through and selected another, 80 proof. Oh, it's nice. I still got the sweet.
The same title?
It's the sweet taste. Yes, it's gold and black.
Okay.
Yeah, Freeman Spirits whiskey, gold and black. And then we got the regular, the fruity kind with the almond flavor, and as well as aged in the bourbon barrel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And we let it age for a while. That's why it's on back to order. Yeah. So I
Yeah, I
forgot.
remember you
Yeah, I
told
remember
me
you
that.
told me
I
that.
remember you
I
telling me
remember you
about the
telling me
back
about the
order.
back order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, like I
Well,
said,
like
it's
I said,
always
it's
good to
always
talk
good
to
to
you.
talk
I
to
can't
you.
wait
I
to bring
can't
you
wait
on
to
the
bring
show
you on the
again.
show again.
And you
Yeah.
can tell
And
us
you can
about
tell
what's
us about
going
what's
on out
going
there
on out
in the
there in the
industry. I
industry.
look forward
I
to
look
seeing
forward
you
to seeing
soon.
you soon.
Surely.
And don't forget to
And don't
promote
forget to
the
promote
basketball
the
tournament
basketball
with
tournament
your
with your
colleagues, with your
colleagues, with
musician
your
Coming.
musician
colleagues. I love
colleagues.
to
I
see them
love
come
to
out
see
there.
them come out there.
I won't have
I
no
won't have no
beignet or
B.G
no
or no
I ain't playing no ball.
ibuprofen.
I
Or
never been a ball player. I never been in that.
look,
Look,
I'm not there to
I'm
help
not
if
there to
it's for
help
the
if it's for
ailments
the
of age, because it's for 18 and older
18 and
to
older
play.
to play.
So
So
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm just. I'm with the music.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll take
Okay.
that.
I'll take
I'll
that.
take
I'll
that.
take that.
So
So
again, thank you for
again, thank you
joining
for
me
joining
tonight
me
on
tonight
this
on this
podcast. I look
podcast. I
forward
look
to,
forward
like I
to,
said,
like I
seeing
said,
and talking
seeing
to
and
you
talking to you
again.
again.
Congratulations on your
Congratulations on
Grammy.
your Grammy.
Congratulations on
Congratulations
all
on
that
all
you've
that
done
you've
in Black
done in
history
Black
when it
history
comes to
when it
music
comes
and
to
all the
music and
people
all the
that
people that
you
you
met
met
and
and
allowed them
allowed
to
them
be
to
allow you to
allow
be a
you to
blessing
be a
to
blessing to
their
their
journey in
journey
music.
in music.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
All
blessings to
right.
your family, your career, and everything else. That's that's coming forth, and that
Thank you.
etc.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know I'm
Yeah,
gonna do it
you know I'm gonna do it
unapologetically. You already
unapologetically.
know
You
me.
already know me.
Do man. Get it in.
I'm gonna get it
I'm gonna
in.
get
I'm
it
gonna get
in.
it
I'm gonna
in.
get it in.
All right. You
All
have a
right.
good
You have
night.
a good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
God bless you. I hope I did well.
You did.
You did.
You did
You
well.
did well.
Yay.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye now.
Again, thank you guys for joining in live with my classmate from both Sam Houston High School as well as TSU, Mr. Funkafangez, Corey Stoot. Um, Phenomenal, humble person. Talked about Black history from the male perspective of music, travel, meeting celebrities, playing for celebrities. Again, don't forget to sign your team up for the Love of Basketball and Mental Health fundraiser that's going on March 29th and 30th here in Houston, Texas, actually in Houston, Humble area. Sign your teams up. Again, it's going for a great cause to put the word out there for mental health and for the mental health awareness. I look forward to seeing you guys again on next Wednesday as we're going to start part two. The person that's coming next week on the 26th for part two, I am so excited about her. And I'm just going to say it's a her. But on the 19th, be on the lookout. On the 20th, be on the 19th, be on the lookout. On the 26th, be on the lookout, and also be on the lookout on all my social media platforms because your girl has been nominated for so many different awards. I just got an award last Friday from the underground. Let me tell you, that was amazing. I appreciate them. Critical, thank you for recognizing me as the unapologetic psychotherapist of the year. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Your team was amazing. The atmosphere was great. I enjoyed meeting the people there. Thank you for welcoming me and being a part of the community. That's what I do. You guys have a great night. And again, when you know better, you do better and you respond better.